everyone. So it is Tuesday morning. It feels like Monday, but it's not. It's just been bank holiday yesterday. So as you can see, I've just drove to site. I've just pulled up now. I mean, one of the good things about this site is, let me see if I can get around. That is how close I can get. That is as close as you can possibly get, I'd say, apart from driving into someone's garage, which I have done before. So we're here today. We are on with the new build, so this is plot 2 on the building site that we're on. It's for a company that we've done a lot of work for. They obviously trust us enough now to open site up first thing in the morning. We don't have access to the cabin or anything like that, just to get onto site. One of the other lads is just pulling up behind me now. It is just coming up to 6:30 in the morning. So we're going to jump onto here today. We were here last week for about 2.5 days all together, with a couple of lads being taken off to go to call outs and things like that. So where did we get up to? Well, we've box fixed the entire property, aside from the kitchen, and the only reason for that is because we haven't got accurate drawings yet for the kitchen. We haven't got a layout for it. We've got a layout actually, but it's got no scale on it. Now we know what it's going to end up being, however that's not our decision. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we get that right as soon as the client gives it to us. We've pulled in all of the legs and stuff like that. It's literally just the final position of the boxing. Other than that, we've got master TV point downstairs and upstairs in the master bed. Both of those have got the shotgun sky cable going to them. They've got datas at every single TV point. They have coax at every single TV point, at least one double socket at every TV point. We've got the coaxes running downstairs to a coax booster. What else have we got in here? So we've got ring doorbell has been planned for, so there's a ring doorbell feed in there, as well as your downstairs ring, your upstairs ring, your kitchen, your 5-amp lighting in your bedrooms, spotlights. This particular plot also has LED in the coffer, around in the living room. It's got sliding doors into the lounge area. It's got a back room. It's got an orangery. It's a big, nice house. The kitchen is nice. It's got a kitchen island. You've got 4 beds upstairs, as well as master has an ensuite and a master dressing room. You've got a utility room downstairs, external lighting. You name it, this house has got it. It also has, which we haven't got up to yet, an outside garage attached to it, near enough back onto it, to be fair. So I think that, yeah, I'm in the front garden now. So in the back, you'll drive around a back road and you'll be able to go in backwards, and your garage will kind of sit somewhere within your garden as well. But the gardens are huge, so you're not going to notice it. So at some point we'll have to get a feed over there. They've got the EV charger going in, and it'll also have data. These houses are pretty kitted out, to be fair. As I say, they've got Wi-Fi boosters on the first floor, fibre coming into the property. You name it, it's pretty much got it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unload my tools. Not saying that I didn't hide in my van, but my batteries are charged. I did charge my batteries last night, so you can't knock me for that. So I'm going to get all my tools in, into the property, and then we'll see how we get on. My plan is to be a bit more consistent with the videos this week and try and do a decent video and see how it goes. So let's crack on. So I've just loaded all my gear into the plot, brought it into a nice big empty room. I think that the plumbers are turning up today, so it's going to get very full in here. This is what I was talking about for outside. That's your garage plot there, and there's your land across it. So let's have a look at what gear I've brought in. Gives you an idea about what I bring in every single day to site. So this is it, basically. Try and make sure you can do it in as fewer trips as possible. The pack out roller is fantastic for getting across the rubble on site. So I've got my bucket bag there, cracking piece of kit, only cost a couple of quid. Basically that has got all of my batteries and the chargers in from yesterday when I was charging. But what happens is as I've used a battery and it's dead, it goes into there throughout the course of the week, so I know which ones are dead because I've got quite a few. Normally that would live inside the pack out itself with my drills, but as I say, it was bank holiday and I never sorted my van out. So in there we've got the SDS. We've got the DeWalt SDS in there. That's weird, isn't it? No battery in it, but it's getting a little bit of a flash. Anyway, we've got the laser level for marking up our capping, marking up the boxes, back boxes. I've got a little M12 driver, my multi-tool, which to be honest with you, they're not really used right now. And then we've got the little M12 cut-off tool, which is a cracking piece of kit. You might have seen those in the other videos where we're cutting the braces across, or if you need to cut little bits of tin out. So actually, that is going to come in handy in here, where this has been built, and then when we've got a socket below, what we'll need to do is just cut that out. Makes it dead easy. You don't need to go and get a set of tin snips or anything like that. Just a little cut with that, 2 seconds, and wherever you've got your switches and things coming down. So really handy piece of kit. I absolutely love that. If you haven't got one, I would recommend getting it. We've got ladders. I prefer the smaller ones, just easier to move around, especially when you're up and down and getting your cable routes up and getting them in. Much easier to move around. We do have other sets of ladders on site. What else have we got? Oh, we've got the tool bag. So basics in there for first fix will just be your snips, probably a decent pair of cutters for any all-round band. So as you can see, last week I went round and we measured these out. So the idea is they go there, go just above where the ceiling would finish. Cables go in, so when it's blasted, you can see where it is. So we'll drill a hole through there, all-round band, 5 loops, fold it round and bend it round to hold it into place. So yeah, something decent to cut them. And this is going to be the kitchen area I was talking about. So yeah, we've got the cable reeler. Obviously we're at the stage now where we're pulling cables in. We've got the essentials in there. And for after that, because it ruins you. So yeah, nothing too complicated, very basic stuff. Probably the most important tool is this one, set to fix radio, of course. So yeah, I'm going to get set up. I'm going to actually start doing some work before the rest of the lads get here. So it's come to the end of the day now. What we've got is we've got our capping has gone in this area, tools ready to go. And we've got some capping over there. We've also got the entire kitchen in, almost. We've got capping going up there for the WC and the plant room, capping for the switches and the sockets, the majority of the living room. In here, what we've had to do is cut the tin that's going round. So this is a coffer for LED. As you can see, there's our 4-core flex coming out. 4-core so that we can split it. It's just one white one in here, so we can split it across the two if we need to. Over here we've got the master TV point, so we've got the Sky cables, and that's where the fibre is going to come in. That runs over, given to us by OpenReach, and into the plant room. So yeah, living room, same again. There's a wall getting built across here, across this section, with sliding doors. So anything that's in that wall, it's got a pocket in it for us. So anything that's going into that wall is just suspended, ready to go. We've got stats, we've got switches, two-way switching for the spots, which are marked out there, and I believe the plans are done for them. And then what we've done is we started tying in now. So all of our routes that have gone in, they've all been tied now, making sure that we've got nice corners on them. Pendants have come through, etc, etc. So yeah, a good day. Let's have a quick look upstairs. Not much was done up here today. We lost one of the lads to another site, but what we've done is we've cut all of the capping in preparation. Anything that's on the external walls, we'll go through upstairs probably tomorrow when a bit more has been done up there, and then we can have a little look in the kitchen. So we've got kitchen island in here, and then on this wall we're going to have on the left some cabinets coming down. So that's that section there with all the fuse spares. Up there for the extraction, we've got a mega hob going in there. So we've got the 6mm again coming across from the isolator, coming down, and it'll end up there. We've got 2-meter tails up high for cabinet lights, which are going to be across the top. Coming over to here, we've got the switching. Ignore all of that. What we've got over on this side now, we've got one leg down there, which is for the fridge freezer. That goes up across to the fuse spares, which are going to be located high level up there, and then those 2 drops down there. For the oven, one of them is actually a radial that returns straight to the board to reduce the load on the ring. All of this side still needs tying in. We've got the sockets. We've got 2-meter tails linked over to the cabinet lights over there, which is going to go in the cabinets over here. We've got a leg that extends down and round into the orangery, and then we've also got a 5-amp, which is all fed from the switch on that wall. So that's pretty much the kitchen. We've got a little utility area, same again. We're just waiting on the dimensions basically before we can start box fixing and getting it capped up. So we've got a single socket there, well, a double socket, but just one of them. The ring down to the floor for the utilities that are going to go in there, and then we've got the boiler located in there as well. So slight issue, well, not issue really, but a bit of thinking needed for the kitchen island. The ducting doesn't actually return anywhere in the kitchen. It actually returns in the where the plant room is going to be, down there. So basically what we've done is we've taken the one leg straight over, the other one that then goes back over, goes into the plant room, down the wall, under to there, return leg back up, ignores all this bit because there's nothing on that side that needs power, and then comes straight over to here. All of these are marked up so that when people do come to it, if it's not me who comes to cap them or do second fixing, it'll be there. But once all this is capped up, I'll go through it again so you can see how we leave it. In the back dining area, back living area, sorry, we've got the pendant, we've got a noggin in there to give it something to fix to, and the 4 outside spots. And again, all this now is starting to be tied up. The reason that we tie it up last is because, ignore that, that's getting fixed, is basically because when it drops down, we leave length coming out of the back boxes. So let me find an example of one. So this one over here, for example, we leave quite a bit of length coming out, and the reason for that is because once you tie it in, if anywhere has gone over at an angle, like it has there a little bit, or it's pulled across as you've been pulling it tight, that gives you a little bit of freedom to pull it back over and make sure you've got nice bends on your cable. Once it's all in and tied back to the unit, to the consumer unit, that's when we'll snip it and we'll get them tucked away at that point. So yeah, it's been a good day really. one of the lads has been doing the capping up in the living room and the tying in, whilst I've been working on the kitchen. The kitchen plans are subject to change at this moment in time. But yeah, overall, a really good day. So we'll crack on tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get the majority of it capped in, and some alarm cables come for us so we can get the bell box out to the front door. And there's something else as well for the alarm cable. I think there's a sensor somewhere that wasn't pulled in because we'd run out. But other than that, I think all circuits are now in. So yeah, cracking day. I'm now going to tidy up and GTFO.